Hello again, and welcome back to the 72 Fiat 850 Spider Restoration Project. We're moving right along. I want to give you an update where we are. As you can see, things are looking good. Let this thing focus. We've got the car ready for primer. Right now, I have coated it with the Evercoat Featherfill. Blocked it between coats. I put two initial wet coats of Featherfill on it, and then blocked those, and then coated it again. So it is sanded down now and ready for the urethane primer, which I'm getting ready to apply today. The weather conditions are literally ideal. It's going to be about 75 degrees, nice sunny day, no rain or moisture. So we're going to do that. I did want to show you where the solution we came up with on our rear floor pans. If you remember, there were some pieces that I could not obtain. There was only one manufacturer, one place that I saw that I could find that made them. It was a small company out of Italy, and they were available and they weren't too expensive, but the company's website is very difficult to navigate, and when I actually was in contact with them, it was unclear how to pay them or order the parts. The cost of shipping, you had to arrange for your own pickup, which is very expensive. And so because of all that, I just decided to make these parts myself. I think I got a nice fit. They do not have the scalloped feature that is with the OEM part, and if you own the 850, then you know what I'm talking about. But I don't really think that was structurally important. I think that was just more of an aesthetic thing. And what I did was, if you can see, I'll just try to see if I can get in here. If you can see here, on these, I made supports for the seat rails. I did that because those things come down almost to a point in the rear, and I believe that's where they welded to the OEM part, which would have come up enough to meet them. My part didn't. So we epoxied those supports in, and I just went ahead and used sheet metal screws to hold those, and I'm just going to leave them in because it's in an area no one will ever see, and it'll add strength. So I think we got a good fit. I've got them right now in self-etch primer. That's all sanded down, ready for the urethane too. And I think it worked out. I think it looks good, and it'll. I don't know. I probably talked about it before. I don't know if those parts were simply for cosmetics, or if they added a strengthening to the rear of the floor pans, like a torque box type of effect. I don't know. But that's why I didn't want to take the chance, and I went ahead and made them and added them. So if anybody knows, hey, leave a comment. Be glad to hear it. We got the engine compartment. Let's see if we can move around here. All sanded. The whole car is sanded. It's ready for the primer. And we're going to use the shop line urethane primer, a 2K primer. And probably put two coats of that on, and then we should be ready to sand and paint. And I hope to paint it this week. I've already bought the paint. I don't know if I can get in a good shot of that or not, but you can see there is the color. That is the original Fiat 72 chrome yellow. That was the color of my car back in the day when I was 16, and so that's the color I wanted this car. So we're going back to their days of yore. So anything, I've got my station all set up, ready to mix the primer and everything. I bought myself a couple of guns. This is a different gun. The other gun I used for the Featherfill, I had a larger nozzle. I think it was a 2.0. And for this, I think it calls more for like a 1.4 for the primer. And I'll probably use that for the paint too as well. I believe it came with a 1.4 and a 1.8. Yeah, for the primer I'm using the 1.8, and for the base coat it will be the 1.4. So we're going to do that today. I'll make a video. I'm not going to make another video after priming, but I will as soon as I've got the car painted. And I did make the decision. I talked to the guys at the paint supply house and got their input to go ahead and use the base clear coat. Well, the light adjusted. And so we'll definitely be applying clear, and we'll see how that goes. So anyway, just want to give you an update where we are and how it's going so far. Everything is looking really good. I'm really tickled, and I think this thing is going to look sharp when it's done. And we should know now, as I mentioned before, once it's in paint and clear and it's had time to harden up good, we're going to move the car outside, and that way I can I'll put a car cover over it, and I can go ahead and start working on the doors, hoods, you know, and those parts, which I do not have any space to work on in here. If you can see in the back, if you remember, I took my parts table, I disassembled that and took it out of the garage to give myself more walk around room, which I desperately need. So anyway, that's where we are, and I appreciate you watching. Any comments or questions or input, love to hear it. But I think we're looking sharp, guys. So, a lot of work. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.